Hashtag no music, no intro. Saints Block Party Podcast. Early preview pod for the upcoming Chargers game, Week 8. Lot to talk about. The Saints have been on a mini bye week after the game they played against the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football. And I give up trying to put the podcast on Twitter. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. AK gets paid. MVS is now a Saint.
What?
Looks like they're going to be maybe a little healthier in terms of going into the game against the Chargers. I'm just going to keep it and just say, before we get into anything, Ryan, we need this Saints Block Party Podcast meetup. We need it. We need it. We are
Hi, boss.
tired. So if you are not a Saints Block Party Podcast member, I believe there still may be time in terms of signing up and attending the meetup, but time is very close to running out. We need it. We have been, even just that little mini bye week of football from the Saints.
Yeah.
You don't really ever have a bye week from the Saints.
Nah. Never.
No. But it was nice to just be like, oh, that's what the Saints, and then
Sunday was awesome, bro. Just like, no, just watching just normal football. Ain't got to talk about these dudes. Thank you. I think happy for it too. Like, I think the Saints were happy to just like, ooh, we needed just a couple extra days just to let the heat tinge off because fans was hot after Thursday night. National media was in this. You know, so kind of just a soft reset week. You know what I'm saying? Just a soft reset. Until Sunday.
I don't know how you have a soft. If you, as Dennis Allen, his head coaching career has been a soft reset, nigga. Like I don't get it. But let me make sure. Everyone's saying your audio is off, Ryan. I don't. People saying he's loud as fuck. I'm low.
What did they say? Am I loud or am I low? Can y'all please tell me?
It says your audio's off. It says my audio's low.
What in the world?
I don't know. I don't know. We've been doing like it's too loud. Feel like this is like the three little.
This is about to blow my eardrums out right now.
Like the three little bears. Like too loud, too okay. All right. Yeah. They say as an echo. I do hear echo on your side, which is weird. I don't know.
Let me see. Say something.
Something.
Okay, my speaker's not on.
You know what? We listen. If y'all could watch the Saints and be okay with the product you see, you'll be just fine. Like, so we gonna power through. If it's that much of an issue, if you just can't watch during the live stream, it gets cleaned up in post production. It'll be up. All the audio levels and all that will be fine.
Yeah,
we gonna keep it pushing. Let's start with the big news of the day. AK, Alvin Kamara, getting the contract extension with the Saints. 2-year deal. I believe it was like 26. I had it up and then I lost it. 26 mil for 2 years. Cleared, I believe, 18 million in cap space for next year. And, sorry, 24.5. I'm going to start with the positive because there really isn't any negative to this. AK deserves to retire a New Orleans Saint. There aren't many players in the Saints' history that embodies the city of New Orleans more than Alvin Kamara. Like it just doesn't exist. And the thought that he made, Dante said he can hear your thoughts.
You know what? I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna turn my mic down.
No.
Y'all was telling me for weeks my shit too low, so that okay.
Uh, make up your goddamn mind. Up, low. Yeah, you ever be with way back in the day? You ever be with a girl and like you know you okay getting like you know a little coaching during you know you want to please her, but like you feel like it's just too much. It's like oh no hit it right here, lick it right there. Like it's just I'm just, at some point you're like girl can I fuck? Can I fuck? This is what this feels like. Um, I digress. It's a win for the Saints. It's a win for AK. He should retire and finish his career as a Saint. And the thought of him playing for another team, you know, there was the trade talks and all that. Now that that's just put to bed and just at rest, as a fan of the Saints, a great move.
Absolutely. And I just like players that get it, that get New Orleans, that want to spend their career with the Saints, regardless of what the Saints going through. I love it. Deuce McCall is still one of my all-time favorite Saints. He was
All time favorite.
one of the players that just got it. He was from, the Gulf Coast. He just spent his life with the team, still work with the team, calling on the radio broadcast. I just love those type of players, man. And AK just one of them players. So them working it out always just made sense to me. You could argue, know a lot of people was like, man, look, Saints just need to blow it up, rip it down to the studs. Why are they extending the Asian running back? From a financial standpoint, yes, I get
Oh,
that. You
you
know what
said
I'm saying?
aging running back. At first, I thought you said an Asian running back, and I was very, very confused on what was going on.
Aging running back.
They extended
Um,
Young Way? Okay, sorry. I apologize.
the aging running back. I get that from a financial standpoint. Is it the smartest move? I don't think it's smart or dumb. He's still a good player. With a healthy offensive line, he's still productive. He's tough. Man played through ribs, hip, hand, everything. When the offense is rolling, usually he's a part of it. I think he's gonna help whoever's at quarterback next year, whether that's Carr, Rattler, draft pick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna help them. So it just makes sense. The financial stuff, look, they were gonna have like a huge cap hit next year anyway. This lowers the cap. The Saints aren't about to blow it up and rip everything down to the studs. They're not. That's just not how they roll. They're gonna tinker. They're gonna move. They might drop a few overbloated contracts here and there, but they're not about to rip everything down. That's just not how they operate, man. They have not operated like that since I've been following them. They haven't
Nope.
operated like that. So
It is. Shout out to TC with the 199 super chat. Just saw the AK
look at
news. There is
TC.
a God. Um, so it is. I will say this: the timing of the extension, just and I want to say it wasn't like they weren't trying to extend AK before the season started. They absolutely were, right? I don't know if it was the numbers in terms of the money, if it was the length, because if I remember correctly, at the time the Saints only wanted to offer a 1 year deal. But I had heard everything I had heard is that once the season started, and then once AK had his run those first 2 weeks of the season, that AK had shut down contract talks. Like he had all the leverage. There was no reason for him to open up contract talks during the season because why? I wonder if part of their thinking was, as we talked about, as bad as things were, the PR, the national media, the fan base was in tatters after Thursday. They like, man, we got to get some good news out there. Something we got to put some good news out there. Like this is bad, and I just have this feeling like maybe they maybe they were like they approach AK's agent with an offer that he's like, all right, let's open them bitches back up. Like we can start talking again.
Yeah, look, negotiations are never really closed. That's just a fallacy. It's just closed until I hear the number I want to hear. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, that's a life bar right there.
light bulb, bro. Like, but it is funny. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, Saints think they slick, bro. Like, get out of here, y'all.
Nigga, we was talking about it in the Discord a couple of days ago. I was like, I already know what these niggas about to do. Like, I know them, and I'm not complaining as a fan.
Oh, no, not at all, not at all.
But Dante said the Saints saw AK and Sean doing the rock and hug at midfield and said, "Not on my watch."
And then there's the trade talk. This just came kind of out of nowhere. AK kind of shut down last week.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, get that out of here. So it was just, I don't know. It just kind of made sense from the same standpoint. Like, let's just sprinkle just a little bit of positivity around here, just to cool everybody down. Because everybody just hot. Everybody hot. Everybody. It's disgusted, understandably, but let's just sprinkle a little just to cool them down a little bit. At least till Sunday.
Dennis Allen is still the head coach of my favorite football team. Like nigga,
every day I wake up, bro.
Yo tweet you posted. That's crazy.
That's great. Every day I wake up, bro, I'm like, wow. And it's still employed. Like it's
still.
I just start thinking about like, how is this man employed?
I don't know, Ryan. I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't know. Like Vance Joseph got out of there after one season.
Bro, Vance Joseph. What was the other coach? Steve Wilkes. Let's not. Oh, I mean, shit. We look the wrong persuasion, I guess. Huh? And then the Saints just stubborn.
Well, yeah, just stubborn. Dante said to be white in America. Very much so. I always want to get back to a point or a comment that Brian said, Brian W. He said, saying your stroke game needs work live is wild, bro. I want to be clear. I don't need to talk about my stroke game because it speaks for itself. That's not what I was saying. That was not the... That's what the...
And look, if you really own your stuff, every stroke game need work. If you really if you with a woman for a long time,
man, spitting more bars. It's
I'm just saying, if you with a woman a long time, it's a back and forth type of thing. You want certain things done, she wants certain things done. So yeah, no, nobody. Every man think they're a porn star. Every man. That's just how we wire, but that's just not reality. You got to get better. You got to work at it like Drew Brees. Just get better every day. Just get a little bit better every day.
Might be the most wild thing you've ever said on this podcast.
Tired, nigga.
The Saints also signed MBS. Montez Valdez-Scantling was cut from the Bills after they traded for Amari Cooper. I, heard from a little birdie that the Saints were going to be very interested if he was cut. He was signed. And it just goes it's just one of those things where I feel like on the surface of it, it provides more depth at the position with Rashid Shaheed being out the rest of the season. We expect Chris Olave to potentially be back for the Chargers game, but they rolled out the starting receivers against the Chargers was Mason Tipton, Equinemius St. Brown, and Bub Memes. That was the starting 3 wide receiver. I watched that Chargers Cardinals game yesterday, and they were talking about how the Chargers receivers weren't getting separation. It's just hard to win. And I'm like, at least they had a high 2nd round pick and Lat McConkey out there.
Right.
That's what he
Quentin Johnson not my favorite player, but I mean, the dude can run, got Mason tempted out. But then on the flip side, you look at the Broncos receivers, outside of
Portland
what you
Sutton.
call Sutton, it's like, oh, but they was doing their thing. Little Jordan Humphrey.
Bro.
Uh,
Thoughts on the MBS signing?
I mean, look, poor man's Shaheed. I mean, it's a cool signing. I mean, it just perfect signing for right now. Just considering the circumstances, he hadn't done anything in the league this year. We'll see what he gives us. They need all the help they can get, bro. Like it's just one of them things. I saw Traquan Smith get cut today. I'm like,
Or are
shit,
you
give Traquan a call. Give him a call,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Let's bring him back, man. Trick or treat, man.
Might be the darkest words ever heard on this podcast uttered right
Bring
now.
him on back, bro.
Bring Traquan back.
People gonna be like, oh man, his run blocking. Anytime you talk about a wide receiver run blocking first, it's like, oh.
Don't listen. Him and Da can recap or recreate that Eagles pick at the Eagles game, walking in all smoky after they beat the Eagles with Gardner Minshew, bro. Iconic. Ryan.
Iconic.
Speaking of, we're on the subject of wide receivers. I talked about this a little bit on Twitter, talked about this in our Discord. So the athletic Diana Rossini put out, this would be a perfect time to get Jordan Rodrigo on the pod. Maybe we've got to figure that out. Puts out basically the Rams are listening to offers for former All-Pro wide receiver Cooper Kupp. They are seeking a second round pick and are essentially willing to eat most of that contract. So, funny thing was, before that tweet comes out, a little birdie texts me out of blue and just asks, like, what would you offer for Cooper Kupp? Just random. And then tweet comes out, and then this is only the shit that you get from the Saints Black Party podcast. I was told that potentially the way that the tweet that Diana Rossini put out might have been a little thirst trap for the Saints. Maybe the cleavage was really kind of like, ooh, like it was low. It was a V-neck. It was a V-neck. Like maybe you see like the hint of the areola, like, oh shit, like is it a big one? Is it a little one? Because that the Saints were interested in Devontae Adams. They may be still in the market of needing a wide receiver, and maybe that was put out to incentivize or entice them to come calling for Cooper Kupp. I would say this, which is apparently my favorite thing to say on the podcast. Stay out of media games, Saints. Like, y'all lost that with Derek Carr with the Jets. Y'all lost it.
Lost.
Stay out of media games. I thought about it and came to the conclusion that if the Saints were to offer a fourth that can conditionally turn into a third, which in no way would it ever turn into a third based on the conditions. It just sounds nice on paper. I wouldn't be opposed to it, mainly because from what I've heard, the Rams would eat almost most of the contract.
Yeah, that'll be the sticking point for me. Like, how much money are they going to eat? Somebody, I can't remember who tweeted it today, but it was like basically a comparison, like Mike Thomas and Cooper Kupp since they're offensive player of the year. It's crazy how just similar it was, man. Just dude just ain't been the same, bro. Just ain't been the same. So I wouldn't know what to expect from a production standpoint. He probably could give you similar to what Mike Thomas was doing last year before he got hurt. Kind of just a possession guy, smart, get in and out of breaks, will win with route running and, leverage and all that stuff. Because, I mean, Cooper Kupp was amazing when he was healthy, bro. He was a hard dude to cover without having that elite speed, kind of similar to Mike Thomas. So it's something I definitely look into, bro. Like, but man, it's just the Saints are just such in a weird spot, bro, because it's like
Weird.
how much do you want to like, do you want to get older? Like, as a franchise, are we trying to get older? You know, or are we trying to get younger? But at the same time, especially depending what happens with the quarterback situation going forward, there's nothing wrong with having like a good couple solid veteran pass catchers. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing
Right.
wrong with that either. So it would depend on the money and how the commitment. I don't have the numbers in front of me on how that would work and what the Rams eat and all that stuff. But it's something I would look into. Like, I would at least,
Okay.
you know,
I guess the standpoint I come from is that the Titans head coach, he's a Callahan. Don't know Brian? No, I don't know. Whatever. He's a Callahan. Pretty much like came out in a presser and admitted that like they're using this season to get a evaluation on Will Levis. And as a Titans fan, you probably don't want to hear that because you could already tell Will Levis is fucking terrible. Like he is
yeah,
not going to be a productive player in the NFL at the quarterback position. But there was a part of me that just completely respected the approach of the front office to put it out there and just say, we are trying to get a true full evaluation of this quarterback. Because you can't make a decision as a football team for a quarterback until you get a full evaluation. And I'm not going to get into the whole Spencer Rattler, Derek Carr thing. But going back to the whole thing of Cooper Cup, I would be more pro for it if you're doing that with the foresight that you're trying to get an evaluation of Rattler, that you're trying to get an evaluation of Hayner. And yeah, obviously, like you're not expecting Cooper Cup to have a complete bill of health, and he's probably going to miss some games. But if you see it as a way that you can surround a young quarterback with weapons, and this is more looking at for next year with, an Olave, a Cooper Cup, a Bub Memes, a Shaheed, and then they're at least weapons that you could see, okay, this player can be our starter going for it for a couple of years. No, he can't. We need to go get out and get a quarterback in the draft. You have to ask yourself and you have to put in the work to make that evaluation. But like you said, the way the Saints operate, they are in this place of where they're not that good, but they still think they could be that good, and they still lack self scouting. And if you
yes,
lack self scouting as a organization, then how can you even really scout? Like a smart organization, you're 2-5, right? A smart organization will say, you know what? The rest of the season, we know what we have in Derek Carr. I need to know what we have in Rattler. I need to know what we have in Hayner. So if we are picking top 5 in the draft, we need to know, do we need to get a quarterback or do we feel like we got the quarterback in the building? And if not, we can use the pick on something. That's what smart teams do. That's
yeah,
not the Saints, bro. The Saints are not going to operate like that.
yeah, man. It's just a lack of self awareness, man. It's like, where are we as a franchise? And you have to know that, and then like, okay, this is where we are, and this is the approach we're taking. And it's like the Saints is kind of like, oh, we got to trying to clean up the cap, trying to do this, that, but oh, let's go pay Chase Young, Oh, we don't, but let's go pay Derek Carr, 150 million. But it's like, what are we doing here? Like, who are we? What are we doing here? What's the approach? What's the vision? Like we like to ask.
Oh my
Um,
God. Their vision is with health and a player here and there. Shit, they go out there and go win the NFC South, getting the dance
you already know it,
and
bro. They looked
I
at
know.
that. They looked at the games this past weekend. Atlanta lost, Tampa Bay lost last night. The Panthers were Panthers. They looked at that and say, "Shit, we
And
still in
saw
this
that
thing."
the Bucks lost
Yeah,
Chris Godwin, Mike Evans for a couple of weeks.
they looked at that and said, man, if we could just get past this Chargers game, get Carr back, we get a little healthy, blah 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 blah, we could make a push for this thing." It's like, what are y'all doing, bro? Like, seriously, seriously, seriously.
Oh, bro,
That's exactly what they doing.
what is
Go
going?
get Mark Van MVS, go get MVS, and go give AK his extension, so he going, good vibes up in here. We about to push, baby.
Back in this bitch.
Back in this
And
thing.
I don't know. I feel like I could say this out loud because I'm usually told not to say things, and I don't say those things when I'm told not to say. There are people in the building that want DA gone now. In the building
Of
that want
course.
DA gone now. The only person that is still vouching for DA is Mickey Loomis.
Shocker. Of course. He has every reason to. It was his decision. Like he has all the incentive to stand behind DA, because
Maybe DA and Derek Carr, bro.
yeah, yeah, honestly. And it's sad to see, bro. Sad to see. Like what more do you gotta see from this coach? And I get it, The team's injured this year. They are historically injured.
Ravage,
Like even
ravage,
it's
bro.
ravage, bro. Ravage. Even compared to the rest of the league. It's really bad. I get that. But it's not like DA is a first year head coach. If he's a first year head coach and injuries like this happen, it's like, oh man, yeah,
Yeah,
let's wait and see. The man got history. We got plenty of evidence to look back at. With healthy teams, fully healthy
nigga's been a coach
teams.
for almost 5 seasons, Ryan. 5 seasons.
What are we still trying to evaluate, brother?
We trying to evaluate the head coach, but you're not going to give the fifth rounder who has talent. Okay.
Gotta look past the results.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So very good comment in the chat. Will Levis, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams are perfect examples. Getting full reps and full time with their offense to see what you got. We just look goofy.
No question. And it's also like, man, the whole blow it up and tear it down to the studs thing. I don't have a super problem with that approach, but I hate the way it's talked about as if it's like just a fix all. Like it's just
Yeah, like
just
nigga,
tear it up,
you
tear it
still
all
gotta
down.
like to turn it all down. The biggest factor in that is you have to draft extremely well.
Look at the Carolina Panthers, bro. I mean, they've been picking high, picking number one overall, and they are a lost franchise. Lost.
Lost, bro.
Like just
Lost.
don't know what future they have in sight. I mean, it is. You got to, man, you tear it down, you got to get it right. You got to have the right leader.
Right.
You got to have the right team builder. You got to have the right draft picks. Yeah, whew. And if you mess it up year after year, man, it just gets dark. Nobody want to come play for you. You got to overpay players to come, play for you. You got draft picks don't want to get drafted by your team. It just gets nasty. Coaches don't want to come coach. It gets dark, bro. So I just tread lightly. You know what I'm saying? Tread lightly with just blow it up. Now I do think they definitely need to, get some of these old nasty contracts out. Take the hit. Just take the cap hit. Take the Cam Jordan cap hit. Take the Derek Carr cap hit. Just eat it. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be dead money you're going to carry. I get it, but you take that dead money one year. Next year is cap space, and you keep it pushing.
This is not the offseason podcast, but if I was them, this is me. I'm getting rid of some of these names. Going to be a little painful. I'm getting rid of DeMario. I'm getting rid of Chase Young. I'm getting rid of Derek Carr. I'm getting rid of Cam Jordan. I don't think they can get rid of Teron because they just extended him. Like, I'm taking the hit, and we pushing past it because once you push past it, whether that be 2026, 2027, then you're not starting the offseason in negative $80 million. And that's not
Right.
even us saying like we have talked about the cap situation ad nauseum. We hate how it gets talked about, but the way they manage and this is the thing that's always been on our radar. The way they manage the cap isn't the issue, but when you pay the wrong free agents, when you do dumb extensions, and when you don't draft well, then it all compounds, and then you become exactly where the Saints are.
Which is picking top 5 with like $90 million over the cap. Like,
Okay.
Like
I'm watching the Lions game. Fucking Brian Branch was all over the goddamn field, nigga. All over the field, bro.
Dude been good since like week 1 of his rookie
Week
year.
one.
Let's hit the field good.
Nigga had a pick six against the Chiefs to open season last year, right? As a rookie, but Isaiah Foskey got two defensive snaps against the Broncos, nigga. Okay. All right.
Just on the
All right.
sideline smiling, bro. Just smiling.
About to go clap my white girlfriend after this game and get paid. Like, listen, he's living the best of life. I can't even be mad at him, bro.
Hey, bro, the Saints awarded some great lives to defensive ends, bro. Peyton Turner, fucking Davenport a goddamn $50 million in the bank, man. Like,
Isaiah Foskey, it must be nice, bro. I wanted to catch up on some things in the chat. Dante was saying, I think the aggression at wide receiver tells me that they have their mind made up internally that Rattler is the guy, and making moves like this with AK and Cup is to make the potential head coaching job opening more attractive. I hope so. Like,
yeah.
All I can consistently say is that there are a lot of Spencer Rattler fans in the Saints building. A lot. But it kind of just becomes the same thing. Is like, it doesn't matter how many fans are in the building. If there's one person, Mickey Loomis, who's not on board with whatever it is, and I'm not just saying this is just for Spencer Rattler, I'm just going to say like in general, we just had a segue where we talked about it with the draft with Isaiah Foskey. Almost the entire room, Jeff Ireland, everyone, the scouts, it was Brian Branch. Mickey Loomis was like, nah, we need to go for need. We're going to go for this Isaiah Foskey guy. So they drafted Isaiah Foskey. Like, he is the person. And we talked about this after the Jags game last year. If Gail doesn't step in and she keeps getting told everything's all right, baby girl, it's okay, we got this under control, we just going with all these injuries, if we were helped, if she's being told this and she believes it, then she has no impetus to step in and make a change, unless it gets to a point where she just feels like she is just getting embarrassed time and time again. Bucks game, Broncos game, maybe another game this season, where she feels that I've shout out to Demon Tom Slime 199 super chat. He says when Rattler wins on Sunday and Derek Carr loses to Carolina. I'm not saying who the quarterback is, but if they go out there and lose to the Panthers, regardless of what happened on Sunday to the Chargers, you lose to the Panthers the way we just talked about the Panthers on this podcast, changes got to be made that night. Like,
please,
DA cannot be on the flight back to New Orleans, nigga. Like, he needs to take an Uber back to New Orleans. You can't. I don't think they will. But also, like, things have been so bad lately. It's just like I don't know. And the Andy Dalton revenge game, bro. Like,
it wouldn't blow me away. Like Andy Dalton, the rookie running back they drafted, getting healthy. Brooks.
Oh,
come back. We didn't even talk about the Chargers yet. That's crazy.
Sorry, we'll wrap it up. Bajan said also with the injuries, what do injuries have to do with the effort on the field or executing? Please respond.
Yeah. Good freaking question. Especially on defense.
Can this question be? I want to give a little shout out to Bobby Abear because he DA going on WWL, Mickey going on W. Like, Bobby sounds like we do, bro. Like,
bro, he been going ham, bro.
Ham, bro. Sorry, we talked about Isaiah Foskey. Dante got upset in the chat. He said, with my dirty ass shirt. When is the wedding, bitch? I roll.
Oh.
All right.
Man, what's crazy to me though, did you see that DA comment today where he talked about like the defense improved with tackling? That they missed 6 tackles. Missed only 6 tackles last Thursday. You know, that's a great improvement from the week prior. Like, does Gail read those comments? Does she hear those? You can't tell me. Like you.
He said we went from 10 tackles, maybe missing 11 to 10 tackles down to 6.
It's like, moving in the right direction. To improve on the show, we got him. Like, wow. It shows my coaching is working. My coaching is working.
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm like,
Hell,
wow.
hell, bruh.
And can't kill me. Can't kill me when she put those little tweets out because she know what she doing. Like
You do, bro.
she know what comments to put out there on Twitter. She's like,
Professional instigator, bruh. Just staring it, bruh. All right. But John said, I know Ireland side eyeing them every time Branch makes a play. I know he want to smack the shit out of Mickey every time Branch do something on the field, bro. Branch is gonna be an all-pro safety this season, right? In year 2, a second-year player, he'll be all-pro.
yeah, but we didn't need safeties last year. We had
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We had Marcus May and,
Oh, okay.
and
All
Honey
right.
Badger.
Yes. Silly
We
me.
needed a pass rusher.
Silly me. We got one, nigga. We got one, and we still need a goddamn pass rusher, nigga.
Exactly. And we need safeties.
Just going really quick back to the fourth. So going back to the Cooper Cup thing, and we'll actually jump into the Chargers thing. I said I'd give a fourth. I'd offer the Ram a fourth, heavily conditional, could turn to a third that would never become it would be like he would have to become an all pro for that pick to become a third, right? I'm gonna give you the last kind of like the last fourth round of the Saints have drafted in the fourth round. Nick Stalaverde, Jake Hayner, Ian Book, CD Deuce, Rick Leonard, David Onyemata,
Hey.
Kyrie Fort, Nick Toon. I'm offering that. I'm calling the Rams, and I said, listen, you can take this fourth, or y'all can just keep. Like, to me, the way that was put out, Cooper Kupp's not going to be with the Rams much longer. It just depends on what team he's going to be with.
Right.
Offer the fourth. They take it. They take it. They don't. They don't. Don't get into no damn bidding war.
No.
We got a question. Hey, Ryan, I just was going to ask you about how people. Okay, sorry, we already answered that. Okay, cool. So, Chargers game. Chargers lost last night to the Arizona Cardinals. I believe they're 3-3 right now.
Yeah.
In LA, going against the Jim Harbaugh team. I don't know what it is, but I with the way that the Saints may have health going in their favor going into this game, I think the Saints might have a shot in this game, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
It'll be interesting, man. Like I said, you potentially get Lucas Patrick back, maybe Cesar Ruiz. That's huge for the interior offensive line. Still no Eric McCoy, so center is going to be up and down. But that's huge, bro. Like, because the interior has been absolutely awful. Taysom Hill, potentially.
Chris Olave.
Chris Olave. Like, that's starters. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are starters you could be getting back. So that's potentially huge. The flip side, though, the defense, bro. Like,
That's what the chat's saying, bro. Marcelo said, "You trust the defense to stop the run." J.K. Dobbins, and then someone Rampant 513 said, "J.K. Dobbins about to drop 200 yards."
I mean, he's averaging 5 yards a carry, and if you watch the Chargers, it's just a lot of throws. Without running in the pass game, it's just throws to the running back, throws to the tight end. It's just a lot of over the middle stuff that the Saints defense has been horrible at stopping all year. Right. Not just the last 2-3 weeks, all year they've been horrible at stopping this stuff. So, like, I mean, if I'm Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert, who hasn't been lighting it up, I think he got 6 touchdowns to 1 interception this year. It's not like he's been throwing it all over the yard, but I mean, it's who's that tight end? What's that guy?
Will Disley?
Disley, yeah, Disley. I could just see. I could already see him catching balls with like nobody around him for like 20 yards, and him just running down the field. I could see J.K. Dobbins just breaking off a couple big runs. Like that's and the fact that I'm worried about the defense is crazy because the whole point of a DA team is you ain't got to worry about the defense. We got that covered. Got that covered over here. Defense, we good over here, baby.
It's and and this doesn't worry me so that much, but it was it came out, I believe it was yesterday, that they're having Alante not going to be playing outside corner,
Mm-hmm.
which mean we'll probably get Kool-Aid McKinstry there in the slot. So you have Alante on the outside, Marshawn on the outside, Kool-Aid getting his snaps in the slot. But it's kind of like it's what you said, right? This Chargers offensive line is good. They added Joe Alt, top 5 in the draft. They have Slater. They have Zion Johnson that they drafted. They've invested almost like the same type of draft capital in their offensive line like the Saints have. Not as high, but same very high first round picks and what have you. And that's the identity of a Jim Harbaugh led team. Tough offensive line, tough defense, run the ball, play action. That's it. Like that's the Jim Harbaugh team. I don't know if it would become this. Like I have faith that with the additions that they could get offensively, health wise, this might be a little of might be a little shootout, bro. It might be a little shootout because if everything's kind of trending that this may be Rattler's last start before Derek Carr gets back. Him getting potentially Lucas Patrick, maybe Cesar Ruiz, Chris Olave, Taysom Hill, and it would potentially allow Clint Kubiak to then be able to dictate, have AK. Also, can we get Kendra? Can we get Kendra Morenbach? Can we get Kendra more? We saw he exists. And he has juice. He has
Yeah, that's some juice, bro. It's nice to see. That's like,
yeah.
Look at that juice.
Can we give him the fucking plays all the plays that you give to Jamal? Have him go to Kendra. Can we figure that out?
It's like that,
Boom. I don't need Jamal Williams to get another fucking snap as long as he's the Saint, bro. Don't need it. They are wasted downs, bro. Wasted downs. So can the offense sustain? Can the offense sustain one thing and help the defense out? I know DA talked about Rattler has to not make. Yes, if you're getting rushed immediately after the ball is snapped, you can't compound that and turn over the ball. That's heard. I don't know what Saints team is going to come out. Maybe the 10 days off. They get the Chargers on a short week because the Chargers played yesterday. They don't play on Sunday. So you're getting the Chargers on a short week. Also, you had training camp out here. So you should feel right at home. Right at home.
You would think, right? It's going to be interesting, man. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if the game is kind of similar to that Chargers Arizona game, kind of low scoring, a lot of field goals. Jim Harbaugh ain't scared to kick no field goal. He gonna kick it.
Not at all.
And Da, he'll do that too. But I think it might be Spencer Rattler time, bro. I think we might
I feel it, bro. I feel it.
We might get just like just a game where he's not running for his life. I mean, what was the stat like? Something like 15 or 16 snaps. He was pressured like under 2.5 seconds or something like that, which was like
Ryan.
It was like an NFL record or something like that. It was like, what you gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing with that. So can we just get a game where, it's not gonna be perfect, but where he does have just a little time to make his plays, where he could have guys catch the ball, make plays for him, block for him, and stuff like that. Just a little game like that, just to see what we have in this guy. It's just another notch on the belt to see, like, okay, he can do this, he can't do that, he needs to work on this, whatever.
Right.
And we could just say that after the game instead of just being like, I don't know what.
Hey, can the players around him, not just offense, can the skill position players around him play a little? Like, can you help him out? That drive, they came out to start the second half of that Broncos game. He threw the ball to, I believe it was it Bub? I think maybe it was Bub, or maybe it was saying, I don't know, bro. I don't remember. But it was to a receiver into Jawan. Perfect placement on both passes, back to back. both drops, bro, and they go 3-and-out. Don't
That's
know what's
just that's
happening.
just how Spencer felt. Just the lights went out. Just like there's like no help, bro. No fucking help. Like, come on, Jawan Johnson, can you help a brother out? Mason Tipton, man, listen.
I don't need Mason Tipton getting
No,
nope.
no, no.
Oh, it was
That
Cedric Wilson, bro.
Cedric Wilson. Oh my God, that dude get on my talk about does nothing for me. Nothing. Cedric Wilson
Nothing.
does nothing, bro. Like, jeez. So Mark, MVS, showtime, brother. Like, come in
Please,
there and run these one or two routes. They probably gonna give you a 9 route, something like that, something easy.
a nine, a post, or a drag. Those are three,
That's
bro.
it. That's it. And can the Saints work on like comeback drills? Because I know they're not used to working with a mobile quarterback, but there are times when Spencer has to like leave the pocket and wide receivers just gone. Like they're not like when your quarterback is out the pocket looking for somebody to throw,
Come
you
back
got to
and
come
work
back to the
back to you.
ball. So
The
can
only
we?
receiver that would have history of doing that is Chris Olave because he did it at Ohio State
Right.
with Justin Fields
Exactly.
and with C.J. Stroud, but he got hurt
Yeah.
like the
Got
first
hurt.
play. First,
First play, we didn't even get a chance to see it, bro.
can't even see it, bro. But
Uh,
all that said, the mini SBP meetup, we're gonna be at, I think, like 20, maybe close to at least 25 deep, maybe close to 30 at the game. Not doing no hashtag fire DA sign. Not doing it. Not investing the energy or the money into it.
oh,
We're just gonna go, and I'll say this: if the Saints play well, and you will hear it through the TV. If the Saints are playing well against the Chargers, I can guarantee you there will be a large contingent of Saints fans there, and you will hear it through the TV.
they got Saints fans in the West Coast in LA. Got
Oh,
Saints fans
oh,
up there.
yeah, I know.
Can't
No,
believe that.
crazy, crazy. Um, well, as we wrap up, y'all think Olave chemistry will be? How do you think Olave's chemistry will be once Olave comes back? It's hard to say, but I think I could say, like, I don't know, but it's gonna be, it'd be like the worst, bro. I could just, what if like Olave gets out there and him and Rattler just making music, bro, like look like playing like they like 5 year vets, been played together 5-6 years, cooking, and then Derek Carr goes up there Carolina and then just stops looking at Chris Olave's way again, bro.
Oh man, I can see it.
I can see
I
it.
could see that.
Um, let's see. Prediction: do the Saints stop the skid? Can they go to 3-5, or will this 6-game losing skid? How can you lose 6 games in a row and not get fired, bro? I don't understand it. Sorry.
And they haven't not won anything before.
Like I can understand a little bit. This man had like a Super Bowl, like as a head coach on his resume.
Right.
One of the
Like
worst
Sean
head coaches.
Payton. Like Sean Payton had the NFC Championship his first year, then followed up with like a 7-9. It's like, okay, I get it. Man, I don't know. It's hard for me to predict a win here. Um, but I'm gonna do it, man. Spence get his win. Close game, 16-12. Just like a
Ugh.
just a field goal fest, bro.
Oh man, bro, I don't. You have a lot of faith in our defense over the Chargers to 12 points.
I really don't. I really don't, man. I really don't.
Um, I'm gonna go with the win too, bro. I don't. I could be completely wrong, but I'm gonna go with the win. I'll go 20. I'll go 28-25.
Ooh.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Boy, Spence putting up 28 points, boy.
I want after this game there to be a conversation of, even if Derek Carr is healthy, should they put Derek Carr back in the starting lineup for the Carolina game? That's what I want.
Spicy. Spicy.
Anyhow, we will be back and record the recap pod. Excuse me. Later Sunday, because getting back from SoFi from LA is gonna be a hassle. I still got to. Nigga, I was looking at parking for SoFi, bruh. Like the cheapest one, like not cheapest, but like one of the cheapest ones, like $90, and that's not even on SoFi. Nigga, that's almost the price of the ticket.
Jesus.
The ones on SoFi was anywhere from $120 to $150 to park. To park.
What? What?
To park, nigga.
Yeah. And taking a Lyft or Uber is just like just as expensive or something.
I mean, it probably makes more sense to find cheaper parking further away and get it through like a parking app and then take Lyft or Uber to the state. I did that for the Rams game last year. It was, but even just being in that Uber for that, like it's all fucking congested. It's a fucking nightmare.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so anyway, we appreciate
Oh,
y'all.
run ahead, man, before we get up.
Whoa, yeah, right, whoa. We might have to go a little longer. So, let's shoot it over to our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy, so we could hear the great things about Underdog Fantasy.
Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are cold? Make your entries in just a few taps and turn your sport opinions into real money. Wide receiver hurt? Every dog deserves a second chance. And with Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if any early injury causes your entry to lose.
I love Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play champions. So sign up and deposit now using promo code Block Party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Just a couple of weeks ago, hashtag the agenda. Was he going to go higher or lower than 175 passing yards? He went higher. Underdog Fantasy, lock it in.
Download the app today and use code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Higher or lower, you make the call on Underdog. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text Next Step to 53342. In New York, call 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
We are back. They told us that hashtag bullying worked because we changed the ad. We changed the ad because we had to do a different ad read. Had we not had to do that ad read, that ad was never going to change. Ever.
Never work.
But we had to change it because that's what the consumer wants. So, listen, it's been a very tiring season, but we appreciate just all the engagement. We appreciate the fans. We still got 42 concurrent viewers on a random Tuesday night. Tuesday night talking Saints like some sickos but we appreciate y'all sickos. We will be back Sunday night. Can't give you a time because don't know it yet. Don't know what time I'm going to be back from SoFi, but I will have my firsthand account of what I see at the game. We'll be back on Sunday recapping it all. Hopefully the Saints will be back on the winning track, but we shall see. With that, we are out.
Peace.